Have you ever heard of a horse suing a vet for murder? A man wakes up in a strange place. He sees two constables and they say, "Welcome to the underworld. I'm afraid we've got a warrant for your arrest. You will have to come with us." After a long walk to the courthouse, the constables spoke up again. "Of course, if you were willing to spread some of your wealth to those less fortunate, we might say to put in a good word with the judge." Confused and helpless, the poor man didn't know what to do. Just as he was giving up and going to empty his pockets of anything valuable, a man in green robes emerged from the courthouse. The man in green robes was very angry with the constables and sent them away. After, the green-robed man turned and asked, "What are you doing here?" The poor man introduced himself and explained, "My name is Ho. I was taken ill. I went to bed feeling very sick and woke up here. Could you tell me what's going on?" A loud drum echoed through the hall. It seemed to vibrate Mr. Ho's very bones. It was coming from the courthouse. It was time for court. The man in green let Ho inside, told him to wait on the steps, and said, "Stay here for a moment while I check what this is all about." He then called over an official and whispered a few words to him. The official turned to Ho and greeted him respectfully, saying, "Brother Ho, you are here. Don't worry, it's nothing too serious. A horse has filed a complaint against you. Just go up and answer it. Then you will be free to go." The official then left. Wait, a horse did what?" Mr. Ho exclaimed. But before he could get any more answers, Mr. Ho was summoned into the courtroom. There, he knelt down respectfully before the judge, only to see a horse kneeling beside him. "Good afternoon, everyone." The judge spoke in a commanding tone. "First, we shall hear from the horse, who has brought the possibility of a very serious crime to our attention. Mr. Horse, please tell us your story." To Mr. Ho's astonishment, the horse spoke up. "Well, Your Honor, I was but a simple farm horse. I worked hard to plow fields, pull carts to market, whatever was needed of me. It was a difficult and humble life of good honest work, until one day, that man came." The horse pointed a hoof at Mr. Ho. "My owner had been worried about my health because I was getting slower. But that's nature. We all getting slower when we get older. Then Mr. Ho gave me a bitter medicine. He said it would help. The next day, I woke up here. He killed me, and worse, he even accepted payment from my owner. He's a murderer. He probably isn't even a vet." The whole room was shocked. People looked at Mr. Ho and murmured, "How shameful. He will be punished for his evil acts." The judge was not so easily swayed and said thoughtfully, "This is a very serious crime. What do you have to say for yourself, Mr. Ho?" Mr. Ho sighed. It is true that horse died in my care, the crowd gasped. But it is not so simple, Mr. Hole hastened to add. It was not old age that was making the horse slow. There was a plague. Many people, many animals, so many dead back then. The horse had the plague. I tried to save him, but I failed. I don't think it is a crime to try to save a patient and fail. Some of the crowd remembered the plague and felt Mr. Ho's words, but the majority still believed the horse. The judge sat up straight. This is indeed difficult. We must reveal the character of both of these gentlemen to discover the truth. The judge then bellowed, Bring me the book of life and death. The judge opened the great and ominous tome. Well, I first will read about your lives. Mr. Horse, you shall be first. It seems it is as you say, a humble life of good, honest work. Many people ate well because of your hard work. You have my respect for living such a life. But your death? No, we will discuss your death at the end. The judge turned to Mr. Ho. Now, Mr. Ho, human lives are normally more complicated than animal lives. So let's review some parts of your life in detail. Well, this is a good start. It seems you were telling the truth. You were a vet. And you even brought food to farmers working in the fields. And sometimes even an apple for the animals. The judge glanced at the horse. Then there was the time you met a young wind spirit and fed it your soup. You went hungry that day. The judge was touched by the kindness of this act. On another occasion, you were at a temple to pray, and you came across a statue of Liu Quan. After bowing respectfully, you noticed a bird had left its droppings on the statue's eyes. Using your own clothes, you cleaned the statue. Then, of course, you fell ill and came here. Both Mr. Horse and Mr. Ho had led good lives, and so I must consult the final chapter in the book of life and death. Mr. Horse, it is as Mr. Ho said. You died from the plague. He did not poison you. It was your time. To falsely accuse such a good man of such a serious crime. It is a sad end to your life of hard work. Please, leave my courthouse. I'm afraid your afterlife won't be as comfortable as it should have been. The judge turned to Mr. Ho and smiled. You are a kind person who helps others. As a reward, we will spare you from death this time. The judge instructed the two constables to escort Ho back home. Ho was still confused by what had happened, but politely said thank you and left in a hurry. As he followed the constables out, the man in green and the official returned to see him off. Ho, grateful, said, You've both been so kind to me today, but we've never met before. May I ask your names so I can repay you someday? The man in green replied, 3 years ago, I was traveling from Mount Tai and nearly dead of thirst and hunger. As I passed your village, you gave me your soup. I've never forgotten your kindness. Then the official said, I am Liu Quan. When my statue was filled with bird droppings, I was terribly uncomfortable. You cleaned it for me, and I remembered that ever since. In the underworld, we can't offer food or drink to the living. But this is the least I could do for you. Only then did Ho understand. He bid them farewell and returned home. At that moment, Ho woke up in his bed and thought it had all been a dream. But his family told him that he had stopped breathing 2 days ago. Shocked, Ho realized that everything had truly happened. From then on, he was even more devoted to doing good deeds and honoring Liu Quan during festivals with offering of wine. One day, many years later, while walking down the road, Mr. Ho saw Liu Quan riding towards him on a familiar-looking horse, as if heading off on a journey. They greeted each other respectfully. Liu Quan said, "I'm sorry, my old friend. Soon it will be your time. I wish I could stop it, but it's beyond my power. Please, go home and prepare. And don't worry, 3 days from now, I will travel with you. I've arranged a small official post for you in the underworld. It will be a comfortable job for someone like you." Mr. Ho nodded, returned home, told his wife, and summoned his relatives and friends to bid farewell. He prepared his coffin and burial clothes. On the evening of the 4th day, Ho said to everyone, "Brother Liu is here." With that, he lay down in his coffin and peacefully passed away.